Alright guys, so we got a lot to cover today. Project Rebalance has now been released for about 48 hours, and because we're all about flipping on this channel and trying to make money, what I wanted to do in this video is go through each of the items affected and explain my thoughts and predictions on price rises and falls within these items. So as you guys are all aware, the biggest part of Project Rebalance was actually its Mage damage redistribution. So basically what JagaX has done is they've revamped the magic in order to make gear upgrades more meaningful and put more of a mark to magic. And as you guys can see here, there's actually some pretty crazy markups on damage, some being 2% and some being 3%. What this essentially means for us as flippers is now there's a new increased demand for all of these items, and with this demand we have a great opportunity to make some extra money. Subscribe and like. Alright guys, so let's take a look at the Mage books here. For example, this will be the first one on our list, and you can see within the last 24 hours there was a huge hike up in price to around 4 mil upon the release of the update. And even though this graph went back down, you can almost be certain that as time moves on that these Mage books in the future will be worth an average of 3.5 to 4 mil, and this is judging by the most recent spike. It is also actually important to note here that it is one of the best offhand slots for magic and now provides an additional 2% damage, so you can expect a huge buy demand over the weekend, causing this price rise. I also just wanted to state here quickly that these are just my own personal opinions and analysis based on the information that I'm given, so make sure you're investing at your own risk always. Alright guys, so moving along here, we actually got the Eternal Boots, and check this out guys, 1 hour after the update, the price tanked all the way down to 6.6 mil. That's actually a minus 1.2 mil in price. And I just real quickly here wanted to explain the reasoning for this. This is basically because everyone has been holding these guys for the update, and all the new to mid experienced flippers, now they start to panic, leading up to them actually selling off all of their holds. And in this situation, this is where we thrive as flippers. We are going to be able to pick up all these items at a lower cost and then sell them off once the price recovers. I also want to say that this one is a pretty safe one as well, because it is one of the best boot slots for magic, meaning there's always going to be some sort of demand and these prices are actually going to go up and not down. And one final thing to look at for these guys is you can actually see even before the update, this is actually the lowest that the Eternal Boots have been in the last 7 days. Alrighty guys, so next up here we got the Ancient Wyvern Shields. Now for these guys, the price has gone up around 1 to 2 million within the last 24 hours, and I actually always struggle to buy on the high because I prefer to buy on the low. However, personally, I think for this item it will probably spike again upwards towards 25 to 28 mil, and the reason why I actually believe this is because there was already a spike earlier in March, and now with the buff and so much attention towards it because of Project Rebalance, I actually still believe that even though it's on an upswing, it would be another potential good buy here. And the next up here guys is the Malediction Wards, and these guys at first glance were actually pretty nuts. Take a look at the increase in price over the last month here. You can see that the price, it went up almost 1.2 mil, which is actually pretty insane. And here's where it starts to get really interesting. Now in the last day, the price went from 3 mil down to 2.5 mil, and I believe this is again because everyone is panic selling them due to the update. And so in this case, I would also consider buying a buy limit or two of these as well. Just make sure not to go too hard on these ones because they only do sell around 13 per hour, not including competition when selling. To get the buy limit per hour, you can go here to the buy limit where it says over 24 hours and just divide that number by 24, which is what I've done. Just real quickly here guys, if you don't have GE Tracker, you don't want to spend money for it, or you're just having troubles with flips, be sure to check out our Discord. The link will be in the description. Okay guys, so next up here we got the Spirit Shield, and holy moly, look at that price rise. In the last 24 hours after the update, the price went up over 9 mil, and I think for these guys it's pretty hard to tell how much higher it's going to go up, but me personally, I'm actually not really sure about this one. I think I would stay away from them for now, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Alright guys, so next up here we got the Soul Reaper Axe, and this is one of the ones that surprised me the most. Another insane insane one. Check this out. Look at the price drop right after the update, and the panickers continue. The Soul Reaper axe actually dropped all the way down to 373 mil, and it is now valued at 419 mil after GE taxes. That is a total profit of 41 mil per axe if you were one of those people that got it at 373. So buying 10 axes here would have made you 400 mil. That's actually nuts. Now, having a second look at this item, you can actually see that it hasn't fully recovered yet to its regular price. As in the last week, you can see here that the average price was between 425 and 440 mil. So I was actually still consider setting a price alert for this one in case more panic buyers show up, and I would buy anything under 410 mil because I'm very confident that that's gonna reach up to at least 425, if not higher than this. And next up here, guys, we got the Inquisitor Mace, and now when you hold the mace alongside with the armor, you now get 2.5% accuracy and damage, which I thought was a pretty big buff. And clearly here, I was not the only one. If you take a look at the release of the update, we got 334 mil on average for the Inquisitor Mace, and it goes all the way up to 403 mil within the last 30 hours. That is 60 mil. So if any of you have Inquisitor Maces, you now have an extra 70 mil in your bank. Now, I did also notice here that it went up to 400 mil and it is now down to 386 mil. Now, this is actually pretty tough. I don't know if I would buy these at 386 mil. I think there's just not enough information yet. I want to revisit this in like a week to see what has happened to the price, because it could easily go even higher or it could start to decline a little bit. But I am a little confused on this one. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And finally, it's time to go to the moment you guys have all been waiting for. We got the Elder Mauls here, and let's dive right in. So literally right after the update, there were two big downswings, as again all of the panic buyers started to instantly sell their elders. It wasn't even 5 hours after the update before the Elder Mauls dropped to 153 mil. Now, although it looks like the price was able to stabilize back to 170 to 172 mil, the elders crashed for a second time now, back down to 150 mil. I think the biggest problem with the Elder Mauls is that so many people found out about them before the update, so there was just so many people buying them, when in reality, I don't think that now that everybody has bought them, I don't think it's going to reach demand anymore, because everybody has them and nobody wants to buy them. Like, even live stats today, if you look at the volume per hour for 24 hours is 782. So if you divide that by 24, that's only like 100 to 200 Elder Mauls selling per day. And you also gotta think, like, how many people in RuneScape can actually afford these at 150 mil, as all these high-priced items are like only like maybe 5% of the community. With all that being said, I actually foresee another huge downward spike within the next couple of days of these. I actually wouldn't be surprised if I saw something like 130 or even 120 mil on the Elder Mauls, and I know this is a little bit controversial, and I'm probably gonna get a couple of comments saying otherwise, but to all the Elder Maul holders right now, I want to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments if you guys think I'm absolutely wrong, or if you guys think that my information that I've collected is valid. That's gonna be it for me, guys. Don't forget to leave a like, and goodbye.